Hello there. We're Doug and Adele Calhoun, co-authors with Scott and Claire Lowridge of Spiritual Rhythms for the Enneagram, a handbook for harmony and transformation. And tonight we are continuing our Facebook Live series on the spiritual practice of STOP, S-T-O-P. And we did get a little out of sequence. So if you are a 3 hoping to get a little blurb on your number tonight, you'll be deeply disappointed because we need to do number 2. So we're going to talk about the beloved 2s and this spiritual practice. So Dell's going to say, what is this practice after all anyway?
So when you are triggered, when you don't have your best self forward, there's always a little sliver of time when you can send your energy another way and create a new neural pathway. We all have defaults. 2s have defaults, and their default is to overhelp. And so in that moment of time when they want to overhelp or manipulate people to need them, they need to be able to stop. And stop is see that they're triggered, see that they're overplaying their kindness and goodness. Name the trigger, S, C, the T trigger, open head, heart, and gut, and be present to hearing and seeing what is going on in the moment. And we'll break those down for you as we go on. So let's start with what triggers 2s and how they get on autopilot that doesn't really accomplish the love they want to accomplish.
So I actually read a quote today from a friend's page that said, if you're doing something for somebody else and you're expecting appreciation, then that's business, not kindness. And that's sort of a 2 struggle. They can feel compelled and impulsive about meeting a need, getting somebody else's attention, and sort of having a particular place. And when they start realizing they're getting anxious about that kind of connection and about that kind of response, that's the S, becoming aware. And can you notice in your very self that you're leaning in so that you just have to have some kind of response and you want somebody to give some feedback to you? That's when you discover that you're not in a great place and you've moved away from your center.
There's also the bicep, the 2 is pride. So though they are often the very best lovers on the Enneagram, they're very proud that they're very good lovers, and they expect everybody else to love like they do. So often they're triggered when people don't love like them. And there's this sense of, well, don't they appreciate me? Or what do I do to enhance our attachment and connection? And how should I bring them a casserole? How can I help reinforce the connection? And for a 2 to be able to stop and open their 8 space, that space says, I don't have to say yes to everything. I can say no. I can stand up for myself. I don't have to just lay down and do for everybody. Accessing and opening the gut intelligence in a good way, rather than in beat people up and make them feel bad for not loving you, but to just say, this is what I need, or no, I won't do that. That's paying attention to your gut.
So that's your GQ, and then your EQ or your IQ is actually thinking about, wait a minute, what's going on here? Really for the whole heart triad, this works, but especially for the 2s, to be asking the question, well, is this mine to do? I need to actually think and contemplate about this direction that I have, that I'm sort of moving with, and be able to say, do I need to do this? Do I have time to do this? Can somebody else do this?
Why am I doing this?
Why? Exactly. So when you open yourself to both your IQ and your GQ, you're getting other information than just your EQ, heart, pulse to connect. And even there, you can say, well, they're not going to stop loving me just because I don't do this one thing. You get real about it. And so once you've opened, that's S, C, T, trigger, O, open, and now P, you are able, instead of getting out on the edge and being distracted and constricted and not fully present, you're able to get back toward the center and be present to yourself, who you really are, what you can do and can't do. And you're able to be present to God and them in a way that's really loving, even if that loving to them is saying, no, I can't do that.
And there's this wonderful verse in scripture about the beloved resting between God's shoulder blades in Deuteronomy 33:12. And when the twos have this hunger to have people love them, this sense of I am loved and I'm right between God's shoulder blades, this sense of having some needs actually met by God rather than everybody else is a freeing thing that helps them be present. I don't need anything from people. I can receive them where they are. I can be present, give what's needed, not what's not wanted, and be free. And that's what stop can help twos do, can help them become centered in their own belovedness.
So we love you, beloved twos. We couldn't be anywhere in this world without you. So we hope you can take this to heart, that there's a way to interrupt that compulsive need to make others love you or feel important and really rest in the belovedness of God. If you've had experiences with practicing stop, we'd love to hear about them. And if you found this particular episode or any of our episodes helpful, we hope you'll share them online and pass them along to somebody else. Glad to see you could join us, Vicki and Amy. God's blessings on you and everybody else who ends up watching this. Bye for now. We'll do Beloveds 3s tomorrow.